Hey everyone, so this is Catfish Season 9, Episode 10, Aaron and Trayvon. Um, so I'm recording this the same night that this episode airs because it was a damn mess. It was a mess. So, Aaron is 30, originally from Mississippi, but he now lives in Dallas, Texas. 9 months prior to sending Kamie and me this email. He 9 months prior he met this guy named Trayvon on a hookup site. Actually got out of a long-term relationship. So, um, you know, eventually, they get to texting and talking off the site. And Aaron tried to do everything he can to not only talk on the phone, but video chat and meet up. But Trayvon is like, you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to meet up, especially because of COVID, that's understandable. I can understand that, but it's not video chat or call on the phone. That's weird. So Aaron then says, like in his email, you know what? I have a secret, and that's why he needs the help. So they get Aaron on the Zoom call, and apparently Trayvon is also in Dallas, but that's not the issue. That's not the main issue. The main issue is that after several times trying to meet up, Aaron has gotten back with his ex boyfriend, who is now his fiance. But obviously, he still hasn't stopped talking to, Trayvon, which of course is still an issue. So, so he wants help getting, help finding out who Trayvon really is and why he doesn't want to meet up and all that stuff, and as per usual. So, he feels like he is going to call off his engagement to his fiance because he feels like he has a better connection to Trayvon. And we'll find out later as to why that is. But, so he, gets off the Zoom call, sends everything that he has on Trayvon, and so they start their investigation with pictures, and of course, find nothing. They check out Aaron's Facebook page next, and go to his fiance's page, and just look at all the stuff, and then they run his phone number, Trayvon's phone number, and it comes back as a text app in where it's kind of, the number is located in Texas, but it has not only the name Paris, whatever, attached to it, but there's a series of phone or cities located where previous owners, I guess, of the number were at, and so they search the name Paris on Facebook, and they find that the profile they found is in Buffalo, which is one of the cities the text number belonged to. So they get Aaron back in the Zoom, and before he actually gets in the call, Kamie speculates, you know what? I have a feeling Aaron knows this Paris person that they found, or the Paris name, the name that they found, not necessarily the profile. But when he gets in there, they're like, well, this is what we found, nothing with the photos, and this is what we found with the phone number and the name associated to it. And so they're like, do you know this person? He's like, hell yes, I do, because that's my fiance's name. And they're like, wait, we're confused. I thought your fiance's name was Hakeem something. And he's like, well, it was Hakeem Davenport. So they're like, he's like, Hakeem Davenport is my fiance's stage name. What stage name it is for, we don't know. I kind of have a guess as to what it might be, but I don't want to assume that because they didn't actually say anything, so I'm not going to say what I think it might be. But anyway, but his real name is Paris, whatever his last name really is. So Neve's just, you know what, why don't we text Paris right now instead of waiting until he gets off of work, and he and Aaron might get into it later. So that's what he does. And then Neve offers, like, you know what, we'll be available to you throughout the night in case you need to talk to somebody, and if you guys get into it or whatever. So they get off the Zoom call, and later that night, sure enough, Aaron calls Neve, and Paris comes home from his first job, I guess, um, wherever that was. Don't know where it was. Comes home, gets a change of clothes, and goes straight to his second job, which is a night shift somewhere, and then leaves. So doesn't bring up the whole Trayvon the text message Trayvon got, because at this point they're believing that, Paris is Trayvon and all that stuff. So they get off of the call and then try to wait till the morning to hear anything else. Next day, Nev, Phyllis, and Kamie, and Aaron gets on the Zoom call, to which he says, well, Harris didn't come home at all last night after or didn't come back home after his night shift, and hasn't called, hasn't texted, nothing. So what they decide to do is to Aaron text Paris and we find out that Paris reads the text message that Aaron sends, but doesn't reply back. But what does end up happening is Trayvon texts him back, and so Trayvon calls, or Aaron calls Trayvon, supposedly answers, right? And says he doesn't have time to meet or video chat or whatever. But Aaron's like, look, I have feelings for you. I'm willing to entertain getting back together with you because but first I want to be able to meet you to see if things can, work between us. And so Trayvon's like, well, I'll only meet up with you if I'm sorry. Like, I'll only meet up with you or video chat with you if you break up with your boyfriend and leave him for me, or come be with me. Like, leave him and come be with me, essentially. That's what I'm saying. And so, Kamie and Nev are like, so Nev was like, do it. He's whispering, do it. And Kamie's like, don't do it. It's just it's a mess. Like I said, it's a damn mess. And so Aaron's like, okay, I'll leave my boyfriend for you. I'm so sorry. This is terrible. This is so. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but I shouldn't be laughing. But if you watched it, you know. So, um, Trayvon then hangs up, and Kamie thinks Trayvon is Paris and has someone near him answer the phone so Aaron wouldn't recognize his voice. So Trayvon's like, or Paris is, sorry, too many damn names in this whole thing. Aaron, is like, gets a text message saying, that, uh, or texts Trayvon to see if he's ready to talk. Um, and he's like, yeah, fine. He gets on the Zoom call, and it's Paris. It's Paris. We all know it's Paris. So Paris is like, he said he did it because he wanted to see if Aaron would take the bait of talking to someone else while they were broken up, and it's just like, and so he's all mad because Aaron was continuing to talk to Trayvon while they were together. But it's like, like, cause he wanted to, like, and he wanted to see if, like, he would do anything, like, if Aaron would do anything with Trayvon when they first started talking on that hookup app. And I'm like, but y'all were fucking broken up, so why do you care? Like, I get why you might care, cause you still have feelings for him, but like, to this extent, like, I mean, to this extent, why do you care? Like, why do you care to this extent? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, you guys are broken up. I don't get it. Like, y'all are broken up. Like, come on, y'all are broken the hell up. Why do you care what he's doing? Like, I mean, yes, he's wrong for continuing to talk to this dude in sort of in a romantic way after y'all got back together, but you started this bullshit in the first damn place. Like, you started this bullshit in the first place, and I mean, if anything, you should be mad more at yourself than him because you're the one who started it in the first place. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, that's been my phrase. Is like for the last 2 years. Make it make sense. You need to make stuff make sense, and right now it's not making any dang on sense. At least not in my head, because he was saying the same exact fucking thing. It's like, but y'all were broken up when you started this profile, and I understand if like you had suspicions when you were together, and you wanted to see if his ass was would cheat on you, but for whatever reason y'all broke up the first time. Like, y'all broke up that time 9 months ago. Y'all broke up, or before 9 months ago. Y'all broke up then for whatever reason. So I mean, it's not like you were doing this while he was like while y'all were still together. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's exhausting. This is exhausting because it's like, on the one hand it's kind of funny, but on the other hand it's kind of not, because you don't want to be. Wait, anyways. Um, so where was I? So they're kind of like arguing and all this stuff and yelling, and it's just like, so they're like, so he's like, look, time out. We need one of y'all to talk one at a time. So Trayvon's trying, or not Trayvon, Paris is trying to explain his position and all that, and he was like, the reason why he was continuing this Trayvon profile is to catch um Aaron and continue cheating, or to catching Aaron doing stuff, and so as Aaron's petty ass, he gets a pen and paper and writes, "You should have got a name to cam," and holds it up to the fucking camera. I'm like, I'm like, this dude, he is just so petty. He was just like, right, and he just holds it up. I'm like, now you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong for that. You know you're wrong. It was funny as hell, but he knows he's wrong for that, because it's just like, look, you cannot be doing, like, no. So, so, and look, I cackled when he did that too. I was like, look, that's not. Anyway, moving on. Um, they get Paris alone in the Zoom, and have Aaron waiting in the waiting room, and yeah, um, so they're trying to explain to him like, look, you can't just be doing all this, uh, and all this stuff, and you were more wrong because of the fact that you started it when you were broken up to begin with, and even though and none of this would have happened if you just didn't make the profile to begin with while y'all were technically actually broken up. It's not like y'all were together or anything. I mean, you're exclusively together in a monogamous relationship, even though after the fact, after you guys broke up, you had sex a few times, um, and you continue to you continue the profile after y'all got back together. So it's like, and he was wrong too because he continued to talk after Trayvon continued continued talking to him again after he like Paris and Aaron got back together. So anyway, so they get back. Aaron and Sue call. They both apologize for what they done. And after filming, they're stronger than ever. But if it were me, I would have told the asses to just stay broken up. I would have told the asses to just like break up again and just leave it at that. Like, child, all this for fucking what? Just like all this for fucking what? Anyways, so next week there's this woman named Alexis who's been talking to this guy named James for 5 years, um, and come to find out, his behind is sending other women things like uh, um, and specifically a woman named Michelle, who tells them, you know what, we're more than just friends. Or we're more than just, yeah, we're more than just friends. We're talking more than just in a friendly way and all this stuff. And I'm just saying, like, this episode was probably, this last 5 minutes were, like, better than, or last 10 minutes were better than the last 10 episodes combined of this show. So I'm just saying, like, if they have stuff like this, what happened in the last 10 minutes in future episodes, I'd be more willing to want to watch these Zoom call episodes, but they just haven't really been hitting the same since last year. Because there were a couple last year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I felt like there were a couple good ones last year in the summer. Um, than what we've gotten so far this year, personally. But I don't know. That's just me. Um, there's a UK version of Catfish coming out. I don't know if I talked about this in a previous episode. I don't remember, but I'll check out that UK version and see what I think of that first episode. I have to see when it comes out. It's 9:30 right now, so I probably won't research it at the moment, and and but I will see when that UK version is supposed to come out. Um, Check it out and stuff and see what happens, because I'm hoping that might be better than what we've got in the last 10 or so episodes lately. So that said, I'll see you guys next time.